hand earlier.
Please define outage.
Outage is when using electricity, or in the case of a reduction in power, well, that's not an outage. So it's the time from when the breakers are open till the time that the breakers are closed.
And in the context of the songs, what do you mean by the breaker? Can you be more specific?
Mr. Keesman, would you mind giving your microphone?
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's good.
So in the context of songs, Unit 2 and 3, what do you mean by, well, let me ask you this. How would you describe songs Unit 2 and 3 at this particular point in time?
They are in outages.
Okay. And so can you define shutdown, please? Can you define shutdown, please?
Shutdown, in my definition, would be that the plant is in a state that would not necessarily be ready for restart at a quick turnaround time frame.
Is Unit 3 in shutdown mode?
No, it's in an extended outage.
Is it ready to be restarted anytime soon?
It is in a layup state where systems can be put into operation rather quickly, not immediately.
And if it's shut down, under your definition, how long would it take to put the plant back in startup mode?
I don't think I have a time frame in my mind, but it would be a lot more than in a extended outage.
But you don't have a time frame. You can't give me a general time frame.
I don't have one in mind.
Okay. And please define decommission.
Decommissioning has a specific definition in the NRC's regulations. Decommissioning is when the NRC operating license is either expired and the plant will no longer be used to generate electricity, or that an operator has decided to retire the unit to no longer produce electricity.
Does the NRC have a specific definition of shutdown?
I don't know.
Does the NRC have a specific definition of outage?
There may be, but I don't have it here.
Okay. No further questions.
All right. Who else would like to do recross? All right. Ms. Sullivan? Or Mr. Lutz?
According to, is this on? Yeah. According to the NRC technical specifications for this plant, there's a listing of modes of operation. Are you familiar with these modes?
Yes, I am familiar with the modes.
I'm not asking the questions, Council.
Okay, what are the modes?
It's cross.
There's modes 1 through 6 and defueled.
And are there names associated with each one of those numbers?
Yes, there are.
Can you list each one of the numbers and what the modes are called?
Mode 1 is power operation. Mode 2 is startup. Mode 3 is hot standby. 4 is hot shutdown. 5 is cold shutdown. 6 is refueling. And like I mentioned earlier, defueled.
So the NRC does have a definition for the term shutdown then?
As it relates to a mode number.
So which modes would be considered shutdown?
As defined by the NRC, it would be hot shutdown mode 4 and cold shutdown is mode 5.
What are the conditions of the two units right now in terms of the NRC definitions for shutdown that you just enumerated?
Unit 3 is defueled and Unit 2 is in mode 5.
So these units are actually below the shutdown mode, and according to the NRC, isn't that right? Their numbers higher than the shutdown? They're not. So their start at full operation is 0. 1 is, what is that one again?
1 is power operation.
Power. Oh, 1 is power. Then 2 is starting, right? Restart.
2 is startup.
Yeah, startup. And as you get higher in number, it means it's further and further away from actually running until you're in refueling is the lowest number.
Well, the lowest number is refueling, and one that is numbered is defueled.
Okay, so these two units, the way I understand it, correct me if I'm wrong, are nowhere near even being shut down, according to the NRC definition. They're not even close to being in an outage condition. Isn't it right that they're down to defueled? Isn't Unit 3 in a defueled mode?
Unit 3 is in a defueled mode. Mode 6 is refueling, which is considered an outage, as I explained earlier.
So, Mr. Lutz,
Okay, thank
this seems like we've steered into 2013. Can we?
Well,
get back to
they're using, excuse me, they're using definitions that they said they didn't understand the definitions from the NRC, and in fact they do. So I'd like to make it known that they're not willing to answer the question about this mode of operation that everyone else in the room seems to know. Thank you.